Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. I believe that this is the first time I am reviewing a HOMEWORX Luxe candle here on my channel. You guys know I've talked about a couple of them, but I think that this is the first time I'm doing an actual dedicated review. Spoiler alert, you guys, I now have quite a few of these vessels in my collection. So I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and get some reviews started on some of these larger candles because this one is currently on sale on the QVC website, and I thought you guys might want some thoughts. So the candle that I am talking about today is Sean's Making Spirits Spice. Now, before we dive into this review, a couple of things. First and foremost, I hope my mic is cutting out some of the sound, but yes, it is raining outside. I am currently filming this on my back porch. It is covered, but my family is currently all home. They are making tamales, and my children are running around. They've got some friends over. It's a little bit noisy inside, so I figure no matter where I try to film this review, we're going to have some background noise. So please forgive me for that right now. But I do want to get this review filmed and up for you guys because these are pricey candles, but right now it is part of, it's on sale for Black Friday on the QVC website. So I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and record these thoughts for you guys. And yeah, let you guys decide if you want to go ahead and make a purchase. So Making Spirit Spice, this vessel that I am reviewing for you guys, I did pay for. I purchased this back in July, during Christmas in July. I can't remember what I paid for it. I want to say it was probably around $99, I want to say. This is 80 ounces of wax. These do retail normally for $135, but like I said, right now it is part of the Black Friday sale over at QVC, and right now it is listed for $99.98 with free shipping, and I do believe that it is available on the Easy Pay option as well. This particular vessel that I am reviewing has a pour date of March 29th, 2025. One of the things that makes this vessel a little bit different than one of their standard, 18-ounce vessels that HOMEWORX is typically known for in their 4 wicks is that there are 5 wicks associated with this vessel. And of course, you've just got this beautiful kind of like, the vessel is very, very simple, very nice to be able to repurpose for. I actually have one that I've already finished up, the spun vanilla sugar, and I like repurposing that vessel as another hurricane. So yeah, you can use it for a bunch of purposes. Let's go ahead and talk about the fragrance notes listed on this candle. They are juicy orange, apple cider, holiday spices, and tea leaves. All right, you guys. So my interest was really piqued towards this candle. I would say I think this candle was initially launched in, was it Christmas in July 2024? I know that this candle is not new in 2025. I know that this was around last year. And I was seeing a couple of people in the HOMEWORX Facebook group talking about it and saying how much they loved it. And it was kind of on my radar. Well, back during the Christmas in July promo, I am a HOMEWORX affiliate or ambassador. Like I said, I did not receive this candle in PR. I did pay for this. But what I did receive in PR from HOMEWORX a couple of months ago during Christmas in July was the Making Spirit Spice room spray. And I really liked that on. I was like, oh, I think I want this. So to my nose, you guys, this is a beautiful fragrance that I would say that it works beautifully this time of year. Thanksgiving, Christmas, going into after the holidays even. This is kind of like a nice warm, it's a fruity fragrance, but this is definitely winter fruity. The notes that stick out to me mostly, it says juicy orange in here, and I do smell juicy orange, but you guys, this is not an orange pomander scent. Orange pomander, to me, usually sometimes includes a little bit of a tree note, or that's how I've known it to be done. However, if you are not wanting a tree note, if you want something that has a little bit more of a mixture with an apple cider, then you might want to give this one a try. This is beautifully done. This is like a spiced fruit type of fragrance. Truthfully, you guys, it's a little bit nostalgic to me because I believe that there is a candle my mom had when I was a child that smelled like this, or not really a child. I would say more in like my teenage years. probably a Yankee candle at some point in the early 2000s that my mom had that smelled like this. The orange is definitely noticeable. The citrus is definitely in there, and it is definitely an orange note. But I had mentioned in my candle chat review or candle chat video recently that if you have ever made a warm holiday drink called wassail, that's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of a spiced holiday drink. No alcohol, no booziness in here, but you do get some spices in here. I would say the spices to my nose are clove, maybe a dash of cinnamon, but this is not red hot cinnamon. I definitely get some clove in there. That's what my nose is picking up on. It's interesting that they mentioned tea leaves because this fragrance, I will say, it does remind me of a hot drink. Maybe that's why I'm thinking of wassail or tea. I know how my friend makes wassail. I think it's a base of apple cider, which, you know, that is a note that's listed here, mixed with, she put some oranges and cloves in hers. And I feel like that is exactly what I'm smelling with this fragrance. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, if you want to pair it with a tree fragrance, knock your socks off. That is a great combination. In fact, I will be sharing a big, well, actually, literally a big collective haul, hopefully with you guys this weekend. I have a couple of HOMEWORX Luxe candles that I've gotten in recently. And the one that I am actually burning this with today is the Elton John and Slatkin & Co. collaboration of Woodside Fir. And that is actually a very beautiful combination. You know, if you want to pair this with a tree scent, you could do that. If you have other orange pomander type of fragrances, this will pair nicely with that. But yeah, it's a nice, like, fruity, hot drink type of fragrance. So yeah, really, really like this one. Now let's go ahead and talk about the performance, because here's where the Luxe candles, you might want to pay attention to the performance because there are some things that I do notice with the performance on the Luxe candles, more so that I pay attention to, or maybe need to allow more room. I guess I don't want to say room for error, but like room for or knowledge of when I am burning them compared to their 4-wick candles. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up right now. You can see very, very healthy flames. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have had this candle burning. Oh, when did I light this candle? I think I have had this candle burning now for about 8 hours. I know, not supposed to be burning candles that long, but here's the thing I'm going to tell you guys. Because this is such a wide base, like, look at this is my hand, you know, and I don't have very big hands, but like this is a large, large candle. I want to say the shipping weight on these is around like 15 pounds. What I will say is that this is not the type of candle that you can light and have it completely pull out in 2 hours. Even this is a candle that you want to have lit when you are planning to be home all day. You don't have anywhere to go, to let this achieve a full wax pull. Now, one of the things that you may notice is that this vessel slightly tapers down as it gets, you know, as you go burn through the wax more. So you will find that as you burn this longer, it'll take less time to pull out. But that initial pulling out, you guys, you're going to want to give this maybe, I would say, a good 6 hours probably to completely pull out. And even then, it may not completely pull out rim to rim. I will say, like you can see right here, full pull. I don't have any issues right now with it not completely pulling out. And I'm going to tell you guys, the wicks don't have a lot of excessive residue at the end. You can see there's not really large carbon balls there. These wicks are doing pretty well. I will trim them a little bit after this candle is done burning because these wicks are pretty healthy. The flames are pretty healthy, but I am seeing occasional puffs, you know, come off from there. You might be able to see some of them coming off as well. So you might want to be aware of that. Personally, that is going to be the trade-off, I would say, with these bigger vessels. They do need wicks that burn hotter, so that way they can completely pull out. The wax pool can completely pull out. So that is going to be the trade-off with a Luxe candle. I do know I have the Tangerine Palazzo, which I think is still in stock, you guys. Oh my gosh, if that one is on the sale, run, do not walk. That is one of my favorite all-time HOMEWORX fragrances. I should do a dedicated review on that one for you guys as well, because that is a fantastic fragrance. But one of the things I did notice is that there's quite a bit of soot that accrues around the edge of the vessel. Now, this is kind of like a black, like a deep brown, almost black vessel. So you're not going to, the soot is not going to be as obvious, but I bet if I were to run my finger inside of it here, actually there's not. Oh, look at that. I was anticipating, oh, there's a little bit right there. I was anticipating more soot to be on there, but I do notice that happens as the wax goes down a little bit more. So that is going to be the trade-off. If you are nervous about soot in your house, that might be something that you may be concerned about. Although the trade-off here, you guys, strength and throw on this candle is fantastic. This one's a solid 9 for me in terms of strength and throw. And honestly, if you're paying this much for a candle and you have a candle this large, truthfully, I think a lot of us would be expecting great strength and throw. Now, that being said, you guys, the strength is not so strong on this candle that it's headache inducing, that people are offended by it, that it's cloying. It's very well done. So it throws fantastic. It throws all throughout my open concept. The thing I will say is about this one is, again, once the wax pool starts to deepen and widen, that throw projects even more. So this one fills up my open concept. If you are new to my channel, I do always list in the description box down below the square footage of my home, kind of the rough layout of it, age, environmental factors, all of those things, because those can impact how a candle performs. So I do have that listed in case you are new and unfamiliar. But overall, you guys, I am going to say that if you have this candle on your radar, it does get 2 thumbs up for me. This one is performing quite well. I am really enjoying it. And like I said, I feel like this is a great fragrance. If you are somebody who likes orange pomander fragrances, but maybe you want something slightly different than a lot of the other orange, like I said, orange pomander scents that a lot of us have been getting. This one's got a little bit of a twist because it's got that apple cider base. My nose definitely detects the sweetness of apple cider in here mixed with the beautiful juicy orange and a little bit of that clove. And it's a very, very nice fragrance. But this is one that it's not one that I feel like is exclusively a holiday fragrance. I feel like this is one that can carry into the other colder winter months to be enjoyed. And it's also one, truthfully, that if you wanted to put it back, I've started burning this one towards the end of October. I felt like this was also a great fall fragrance. So might be a great year-round fragrance if you're not a seasonal burner like me and you just like cozy fragrances, then I think that you will like this one. So let me know in the comment section down below if you have purchased this candle. What has your experience been with it? I also have this fragrance in the hand soaps. I believe those are still available on QVC. What else? I think at one point it was available in a 4-wick, but I don't see it on the QVC website right now. So you might not be able to get it in that size. But the thing I will always say, you guys, is that with QVC, they do have a pretty generous return policy. So if you get this fragrance in and you don't like it, you can always return it. So that is something to keep in mind. But overall, you guys, I'm really happy that I have this one. Again, pairs nicely with a lot of other fragrances, and I am getting good performance out of it. The only caveats I would say to that is that just make sure that you have a lot of time to let it pool out, particularly these first couple of burns. And also just be aware that it may be prone to a little bit more sooting just because these wicks need to burn a little bit hotter. So anyways, you guys, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. Once again, I apologize for all of the background noise on this one. I actually kind of like the rain, so maybe it's kind of a nice soothing ASMR for you. Rain in Arizona is a rare sight. We've had quite a bit of it this week, and I am fully loving it. So why not incorporate it into at least one of my videos this week? Proof that we do get rain here. So anyways, you guys, I do hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday if you are here in the United States celebrating that this week. And I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. Until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.